Wealth, yoga, wine. Welcome to my podcast. I'm Valerie Hale. What have you mastered in your life, do you think? What skill do you feel you have accomplished that's taken you to the next level? The mastery of the 6 innate gifts, which Mary Morrissey and Bob Proctor produce in their groundbreaking audio program called Into Your Genius, is strictly about that. Bob Proctor believes that when you master these 6 innate gifts, it will propel you to the 1%, meaning the upper echelon of high achievers. Your 6 innate gifts, imagination, intuition, perception, the will, memory, and reason, are all delineated in their program, Into Your Genius. They delve into how to exercise these superpowers, these innate gifts, exercise them every day continually to build them into a toolbox that will achieve amazing results. Quantum leaps, as Price Pritchett talks about. Price Pritchett also talks about these 6 innate gifts in the manner of our superpowers, our unseen forces. He always tells us in his presentations, open your gifts. Imagination is the foremost innate gift because it's through imagination, our thoughts, that everything is created. This concept was very difficult for me to understand at the beginning, but Bob teaches us that everything, and Mary teach us that everything is created twice. It becomes a thought first, and then it becomes a thing. This information, muscling your 6 innate gifts, is appropriate for corporate leaders, for business leaders, for young children, yes, for single moms, single parents, single dads. The reason being is that learning how to develop these 6 innate gifts really gives us a step up in all factions of our life. People believe that they're lucky, that people believe that others are lucky, or that they were in the right place at the right time, or that the heavens, the infinite, the superpowers, God, looked down on them in a different way. What we want to learn, especially through these 6 innate gifts, we create our own economy. We create the kind of life we want, and it begins simply with imagination. When we develop imagination and these other faculties, we overcome obstacles. We overcome limiting beliefs. Bob and Mary both teach us that so many outside forces will try to control our destiny and our fate, instilling thoughts such as you're too old to accomplish this, you're too old to start a business, you're too old to travel, you're too old to have a dream house, or you're too poor, you're too young to be an Olympic star. All of these thoughts come to us instead of us believing in ourselves. Again, once you create that strong hold of imagination and you hold those dreams in your mind, you practice something every day to reach that big dream, that big goal, you're the one who's creating the life that you really love. Bob and Mary are adamant that the way to create your imagination is very simple. After listening to their program on imagination, they want you to write, sit down, write. Go somewhere where you're not going to be interrupted. Go somewhere where it's inspirational. Write down all the things that you dream about. There's a secret to this. Do not share your big dreams with others. That is so important. Everyone is going to shoot you down. Many years ago, when I had this crazy idea to start a French-themed bed and breakfast, I was already working full-time in the French wine industry. I actually was transferred to Florida, and I was telling my friends down here who had wine shops and were in the industry that I was going to name it Le Petit Chateau. We were in war with the Gulf War, something goofy. And they all told me, don't do anything with the French. theme because the Americans hate the French now. Let me share with you. If I had listened to them, I would have made it some boring Hudson Valley name. People from all over the world came and visited Le Petit Chateau, and everybody told me how much they love Paris, how much they love Burgundy. Don't listen to others when you're writing down your big dreams. Kundalini Yoga. Meditation is a big part of almost all yogas. I don't know anything except Kundalini Yoga. The point being is that the way you start to develop meditation is, of course, through the concentration of your mind. Meditation improves your second 6-8 innate gift, intuition. Intuition is that small inner voice that many of us ignore. But you can start meditating very briefly every day. Start with 1 minute. What I suggest is that you listen to some yoga music that I have on my past podcast, but I have included on this website, on my podcast, a website with a woman who teaches meditation skills. So that's a good thing to check out. I also want to mention that Soothe Our Souls, who I have highlighted many times on my podcast, it's a nonprofit, have started a once-a-month program called Wellness Wednesday. When you go to Soothe Our Souls, it will go into detail about what their program involves. It does involve a yoga mat. But you will learn meditation techniques. If you're in the Florida area, the St. Pete Beach area, this is a wonderful program. It's going to a nonprofit. It's $10. It's only once a month. For those of you who want to get started in a gentle way on how to improve the wellness in your life, certainly click on Carrie's website for Maiden Meditation, and you can start learning simple meditation techniques quickly. Again, it's one of the best ways to improve your intuition. Wine. I wanted to address an area that most of us would never think about when it comes to rosés, and that's Bordeaux. All of us generally think of Bordeaux in a very masculine, forward, austere type of wine, which it is. However, when they make their rosés, and as you have learned, as you may know, rosés are always from red wine grapes. The way that they make them, it depends on whether they're doing a saignée or how long the juice is going to be in contact with the skin. All these come into play in creating a rosé. Most of us think of Provence when we think of a rosé. However, Bordeaux is really booming now with their own production of rosés. The leading grapes in Bordeaux, Cabernet Franc, Merlot, Petit Verdot. You very rarely find Petit Verdot, but some of the wine producers, they have these grapes, so they're going to throw them into the blend. The rosés from Bordeaux, in my opinion, are meatier than most rosés. They're not light and delicate. They're not what I would call a patio pounder. They're more suited to foods, as in I was going to say Bordeaux de Lamprey. Anybody who listened to the last podcast, that's eel in its own blood. It's disgusting. Avoid that. But paella, and if you know Bordeaux, they actually have very Mediterranean styles of food. So olives, capers, fresh tomatoes, basil is popular there, pasta. But the French style of eating, of course, is light and not hearty, especially in summer. Therefore, the rosés that you're going to get from Bordeaux are going to have more of a backbone, which means they can have a little heartier summer fare. Barbecue shrimp would be perfect. Also, any kind of barbecued fish, or your lighter meats. You're speaking to a vegetarian, however. The other aspect about Bordeaux rosés are going to be AOC, meaning it's rare for them to come from a specific appellation. The AOC stands for Appellation Originée Contrôlée. There's nothing wrong with getting a Bordeaux that says AOC on it. It's preferable. It's going to be about $14 a bottle anyway. However, some of the classified growths, such as Chateau Léovel Bartan, Chateau Brown, Domaine du Chavelier, they are producing rosés, and those are going to be beautiful. They're also going to be probably around $18 or $19 a bottle. Nothing wrong with that. You're going to get high quality rosé. In conclusion, Your 6 innate gifts on Bob and Mary's program, Into Your Genius, will really help you improve all aspects of your life, your family life, your children's life. If you're a corporate CEO, this can be a team-building program. The nice thing about enrolling in this program, Into Your Genius, you own this for life. This is part of your toolbox. And your imagination really needs to be kicked up a few notches and exercised. Kundalini Yoga, when you practice this, you will be learning how to do meditation. Check out Carrie's website, Made in Meditation, to start learning how to improve your meditation skills. And lastly, Bordeaux Roses. Get out there and try something besides Provence. To wrap this up, I am not a life consultant. I'm not a coach. I create this podcast every week to improve people's lives, hundreds of people's lives globally. Merci, au revoir.